Seahawks getting set to take on the Washington Commanders after a much-needed week off. We get a chance to speak to a member of that Seahawks offense who's off to a great start this year. He is our Seahawks Player Spotlight, which is presented by 3 Tree Roofing. AJ Barner is joining us on the program. AJ, how are you, man?
Doing well. Good to be on here.
It's good to talk to you again. And before we get into Washington and what they present as in the way of a challenge, just 7 games into the season, is this... You know, my co-host and I were talking about, well, you know, what areas do they need to improve? And I feel like we're nitpicking because this is a 5-2 team that's in first place right now. So I'm just curious from your perspective, how are you viewing the first 7 games? Did they go as you thought? Do you feel like, man, we've got a lot left we've got to get better at? Or how do you view that so far?
Yeah, I think, just having the bye week, you had the chance to go back and look at some things and realize too that those games are gone, and we've got up to a good start, but it's onward, and we got a big stretch coming up here. So I think kind of the first game of the year with all the anticipation to it and having it go the way that it did, it was a good challenge for us to come back from that and play the ball that we've had. But we got a good challenge against the Commanders on Sunday Night Football, so it's going to be big.
What did you do in the off week? Did you go back home? Did you heal wounds? I don't know how you're feeling physically. You watch tape. You get away from football. How do you handle the bye week?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to get away a little bit, get out of town. Went to Cali where I train, and go to my spot that I work out at, so I can still get some work in and make sure that my body's good, because you take a week off and running full speed routes can be a bit of a challenge. So I wanted to keep my body right, but also get out of Seattle. So my mindset was kind of step away from football for a second, kind of recharge the battery, and then came back here and feel ready to go. So I feel like I took advantage of the break.
How do you feel like your season individually has gone to this point?
I think it's gone well. I think it's been, just doing what I can, still learning a lot. And I think it's only upward from here. Like I said, I think you guys got to continue to learn every week, and also to just keep the main goals in mind. Like, it's a team game. If we win every week, then we're doing our job, and that's my goal at the end of the day. And I think I'm playing good football. I'm being a complete tight end in the pass game and the run game, and I think this week it'll be able to show up again.
Yeah, are you a guy that sets goals or markers for yourself in the offseason? I mean, your rookie year, you had a nice rookie year, 4 touchdown grabs, 30 receptions. Did you look at that and say, okay, I want 60 and I want 8 touchdowns? Or do you set any sort of markers for yourself?
Yeah, I think as a young player, like, you can get kind of lost in that, and I found myself doing that, But now I'm kind of in the mindset where it's like, let me just go out there and do my job. When the ball finds me, make a play. Because, you'll have the games where you have 8 catches in the game, and you'll have a game where you have 2. And I don't want to get caught up in, I need 4 catches and 60 yards every game to hit those goals. I more so just want to make the plays when they're there, and at the end of the season look back and be like, well, I did what I wanted to do.
How different is this offense for you? I mean, you come in as a rookie, and you've got Grubb there as the offensive coordinator. That goes away. Now you got a whole new system, new coordinator, a lot of new pieces on that side of the ball. What's the learning curve been like?
At the start, it was definitely challenging. Like, OTAs was, pretty strenuous. Like, we were up in here a lot, going through installs, learning a whole new playbook. Fall camp was a grind too, learning all that stuff. And I feel like now, you're kind of settled in. We know the plays pretty well, and know the technique used on those plays as well. So I think I fit right into this offense. Yeah.
How about just adapting to Sam Darnold? I mean, you played with Geno Smith last year. You got Sam Darnold this year, and this is a guy that, I think there are a lot of just questions. Which version are you getting? Is it the Vikings version or the guy before the Vikings? And it seems like it's definitely the Vikings version, if not better. I mean, he's made some unbelievable passes out there this year and really won over a lot of people. And I'm just curious what your perception was of him coming in versus how you perceive him now.
Yeah. Honestly, I believed in him coming in and believed in the organization, Coach Mike's vision, John, and I was just, again, going to do my job as a tight end of the offense. And now that he's here, I mean, the proof's out there in the field. He's balling out, doing his job. And, honestly, our offense too, like in the team, it's a real team effort. Like everything works together, the O-line, the tight end, the receivers, the quarterback. And when we're all on the same page, we'll reap the benefits of that. So I think we need to continue to do that, continue to lock in on, the different schemes that we have in each week. And then also, too, depending on what the defense gives us, knowing where Sam's going to be looking for you and at which time throughout the play.
Hey, I'm just curious. You were talking about becoming more of a complete tight end. Was that a focus in the offseason? Because it feels like when you came out of college, people talked about, maybe the blocking is your strength and the pass catching isn't quite where the blocking is. And, it's different for every player, right? There's one area they look at and they go, but they really excel here, but they got to work on this. I'm curious if you took any of that to heart and that was like, okay, I'm going to work on this in the offseason and be really making myself that well-rounded, complete tight end out there.
Yeah, definitely worked on those things quite a bit. I feel like, I've always had really good hands. The blocking was something that I kind of took up when I went to Michigan. Like when I was at Indiana, I think people would tell you that I was a pass catcher. And I went to Michigan and I was a great blocker. So when I came to NFL, I was like, all right, let me just go do both. And that's kind of been the goal, and just do it more consistently, because obviously in the NFL you're playing against dudes every week. So I think the consistency of it is the biggest piece. And I think if you look across the board in the NFL, I'm definitely one of the best at doing both.
It feels like the blocking part of that for a tight end is sort of you're kind of the unsung hero. It doesn't show up in the stats, doesn't show up in the box score, and I'm certain it probably gets a lot of celebration when you guys go back and watch the film. But is it sort of hard to be a guy who's, your primary job often is being a blocker and being that guy out there that's helping the other guy with the ball, to find glory, if you will. Is that kind of a hard pill to swallow at times?
Obviously you want the ball in your hands, you want to make plays with it, but quite honestly, that's going to get me open too. Being able to do the blocking and the routes that you have off of it always pays off, and I know it will continue to do that. And like I said, if we're winning games, then we're all happy and we're all going to get taken care of. And in order to win games, people are going to have 2 touchdown games, a bunch of yards, and depending on who it is each week, it could be the tight ends, it could be the receivers. So let's just win at the end of the day, and I think that's the most fun part.
That's a remarkably mature approach to it, I got to say, AJ, because there's a lot of, we see it every year, and it's usually wide receivers. Wide receivers are usually the ones that, even when they win, if they didn't get a lot of touches, a lot of targets, there could be a problem. And just having that, look, if we win, then everything's good attitude. Is that a hard thing to develop, or is that kind of always how you've been?
I think it takes some time to develop. And just the culture that we have here too. Like, listen, I want the ball just as much as anyone else on the team. But again, like when we're winning games, everyone's going to have success. So that's kind of my mindset with that. And I think the biggest thing too that you can just take away from it is, like, if I have to pass pro on this play, like, let me just go out there and lock this D end up. Or like, if I have to run block on this play, like, why would I not go out there and block my tail off? Or like, if I'm going to run a route, again, like, why would I change my mindset or do my job better, when I know I'm going to get the ball? Like, if I do that on every play, I'm doing my job and it's going to be recognized.
Yeah. Love that. Love that attitude. Hey, by the way, did we ever come up with an official name for the version of you with the tush push or brotherly shove? What's the official name of that, or is there one?
The Barnyard.
The Barnyard. That's official.
Yes, sir. for a yard. Down on it.
I love
it. In the yard. No doubt.
Now, before you were the center of that play, the guy with the ball in his hands, are you a fan of that? Because it seems like that play across the league, people are split. Like, that's not football. You got to get rid of that. Others are like, no, figure out. I'm of the belief, figure out how to stop it. You don't want to ban it just because you don't know how to stop it. So I'm curious where you were prior to your involvement with that play.
Honestly, I get both sides of it. Like, I don't have to defend it. Fortunately, I'm the one that gets to carry the ball in that play. So let's keep it around for a while. And I'm definitely on that side of the fence now. But I do understand a little bit of the defensive struggles there. But, oh, well, deal with it.
That's right. Figure out how to stop it. It's something new. You come up with a way to stop it, then that forces it's a chess game, right? They got to make their move.
My mind says you're not going to stop it though. So try and find a way, but there's no chance we're not getting the yards.
I love it. I love it. Hey, quickly before we let you get out of here, you got after the week off, you got Washington on the road, and this is a team that they've been without Jaden Daniels. He's expected to be back. When you watch him on film, I know the record says one thing, but when you watch him on film, I'm sure you feel like this is a completely different team. What's the one thing you look at with their defense and you say, all right, we can't allow them to do this?
Yeah, I think their linebackers come downhill and play hard. And they got a lot of guys that played a lot of football, so they're vets in the league. They've seen it all, and honestly, too, like it's the NFL, so these games are going to be close. There's going to be one or two plays that swing the game, and when you have guys that have been in the league for a long time, like Bobby Wagner, Marshawn Lattimore, those guys know that too. So I think just staying in the game the whole time, and if we get ahead in the game, staying on it and just being consistent the whole game.
Hey, last one for you, AJ. I'm just curious from your perspective, why is this team so good on the road? Last year, this team was 7-1 on the road. You guys are 3-0 on the road so far this year. Home is a little different story. Why do you think that is? Is it a different focus on the road, or how do you explain that?
I just think we're a damn good team, and it doesn't matter if we're away or home, and we're going to keep winning either way.
I like it. AJ Barner has been our guest here. It's always good to talk to you, man. Always a fun conversation. We wish you nothing but the best, and hopefully we're talking about another win and get a chance to talk to you down the road. Thanks so much for the time, as always.
All right. Bye-bye.